Hey there everyone, welcome to Violet's Dream Tarot. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I do pick a card readings. If you're not, welcome back. So we are doing a what are they thinking and feeling about your connection reading, and this is not just for people who are kind of romantically interested in the person that they're asking about. I have included some romance angel cards, but if you're not romantically interested in this person, that's fine. You can completely discard that. I wasn't shuffling it with any kind of relation in mind. It could be a family member, a friend, a colleague, romantic partner, whatever. You don't even have to be not speaking to them. This isn't like specifically for no contact readings, because I got some comments on my no contact readings with people saying I didn't feel like I could watch this video because I am still speaking to this person, but I do still want to know how they're feeling. So I thought I would do this video just for everyone who is maybe not in no contact, but also if you are in no contact or low contact, that's fine as well. So we've got 3 piles here today, and I just want to give like a little bit of an update before I go into the piles. So if you follow my channel, you'll know that I'm moving from Russia to the UK, which is my home country, and by the time that I'm uploading this, I will probably already be back in the UK. I'm filming this the day before I leave, and basically I'm just filming it so that I have this backed up, so that if I am really horrifically jet lagged, then hopefully I can still keep some kind of a regular uploading schedule. So that's what I'm doing. I'll probably put in the description whether I'm back or not when I upload this, but anyway, also big thank you to all of my patrons, including Alex, Alexandra, and Kat and Ashley. Thank you so much for all of your support. Anyone who wants to help out the channel in any way, please do check out my Patreon page. It really would mean the world to me, and there might be some content over there that you enjoy. Also, an update on the Etsy page. It is closed currently when I'm filming this, because I just wanted to close it to new orders for a few days, as I didn't want anyone to be ordering from me while I'm still kind of in transit and settling in, because I didn't want to tie myself to those new orders when I know that I'm going to have a bit of a backlog. So if you have got a reading booked with me, do know that it's probably going to take a bit longer than usual to get it, but I am going to get it done once I'm settled, once I've caught up on sleep, gotten over any jet lag, etc. I'm also looking for a Danish language deck, so if anyone speaks Danish or knows of any Danish language decks out there, please do comment below and let me know. But let's take a look at the piles now. So I've put these little D20 dice on each of them. So on pile 1, we've got this kind of purple and blue coloured dice. On pile 2, we've got this orangey, deep red, kind of fiery coloured dice. There's a little bit of purple in it as well when you hold it up to the light. And on pile 3, we've got what is also kind of red, a little bit of purple again. It kind of changes when you hold it up to the light. It's red, black, purplish, pinkish colours. So whichever one is calling your name when you're thinking about your person, that is going to be the pile for you. It's fine to pick more than one, or if you have more than one person that you want to know about, that's also okay. You can, pick different piles for each of them. I would love it if you would give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it, and you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We're still a growing channel, and I'm just loving all of the support that I'm getting from you guys. It's really lovely. So take as much time as you need, pause the video if you need more time, and I'm going to start with pile number 1. Hey there everyone who chose pile number 1 with the purple and blue dice. I think this is my favourite kind actually. This is your reading. So let's take a look at what this person thinks and feels about your connection right now. I will also say, if you're new to the channel, stick around, because we don't just do cards on this channel, we do charms and dice as well, so make sure that you stay to get your full reading. I'm also sorry if my voice is really croaky today. Over the past few days it's gotten really hot where I live currently in Russia, and it's like a really dry atmosphere, so it's just wreaked havoc with my throat, and I'm just drinking all the time and I just sound awful, so I'm sorry about that. So we've got the 2 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, and 9 of Swords. So we've got quite strong earth energy going on here. So that might be represented in either you or this person's birth charts. What I'm seeing is this person is kind of like trying to figure out what they want here. With the 2 of Pentacles, it feels like they're trying to weigh up the pros and cons, or they are trying to really figure out what it is that they want from this connection, really figure out where this is going, and maybe trying to figure out what you're feeling as well, because I just get this kind of analyzing, unsure energy from this card as well, like particularly from this deck, because he's literally weighing things up against one another, and this person looks like they're really quite deep in thought. Seven of Pentacles also makes me think of a time period, a waiting period, and so it may be that you are in no contact with this person, or this person seems to be kind of pulling away from you, or just not replying to you as often, or not talking to you in the same way that they used to, and that might be why you're watching this reading. And the Nine of Swords is interesting as well. This makes me think this person is kind of catastrophizing, or is like worried about this connection in some way. I think they have other things going on as well, because to be honest, with these two cards, it makes me think there is stuff going on at work, maybe also in their personal life, and they're just trying to balance that. They're trying to find the time to actually focus on this connection and their friendships and everything. It feels like they just don't have enough headspace right now to deal with this, and they're a little bit worried about what that means for this connection. I don't think this person is like a bad person or anything. If you have been feeling neglected by this person, I just get the feeling that it's just not a great time for them right now. But we'll take a look at the other cards. Yeah, Child of Crystals, so another Pentacles card, and this is Huckleberry Finn. And I will just read a little bit from the guidebook, I think, because I like how this guidebook's written. I like how they often have kind of unique interpretations of the cards. These are the inner child cards. All of my cards decks are linked in the description box below, usually at the bottom, if you're ever interested in any of the decks I use in this channel. So it says, when Huckleberry Finn appears for you, let your adventurous spirit roam free. Hike through the woods, leave the world of civilization for the great outdoors. Paddle your canoe downstream. Ask yourself some hard questions about your personal freedom, your use of physical gifts with sensitivity and skill, and any fears you may have about being a responsible member of society. Try to fathom where you are now along the meandering river of life. So this is the Page of Pentacles, and yeah, that's what I was getting. This person is just trying to kind of clear their mind and think about what is going on in this connection, what is going on in this, just in their life in general. It seems like they've got a lot going on, and this kind of calm space and time to think about it is not really coming to them very often at the moment. So just know that I feel circumstances are playing a big part in why this person is maybe not talking to you, or maybe giving you kind of confusing signals, but they are thinking about this connection, and they are trying to figure out where they want to go with it, what they want to do with regards to this. We've also got Thumbelina, Expectations, number 13, which boils down to 4, like the Emperor, that stability energy. So yeah, trying to manage expectations, trying to figure out what they want from this, what you want from this, what do you expect from them, etc. Seems like they are quite considerate of other people in general. I feel like this person, like genuinely, when they do something, they try to figure out what other people are going to think of that decision, or how other people are going to be affected by that. They seem like quite a sensible, rational thinker in that way. And we've got Primal, Connecting Deep Within, Sacred Dance, Instinct, and that's also number 13, which is really interesting. I've been trying to point out the numbers more often because I know a lot of you are interested in that. But yeah, this Connecting Deep Within does make me feel, again, they're trying to listen to the inner voice and the conscience and figure out what exactly they're being guided to do. Like whether they are a spiritual person or not, it feels like they are just trying to figure out deep inside what's the right thing to do. They seem to be wanting to do the right thing by everyone involved. The answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. So if you have been waiting on contact from this person, I think they are going to get in touch. I feel like there's going to be a little bit more of a waiting period to get out of this situation. We are in Mercury retrograde, obviously. I think we leave that on the 12th of July. So I think a lot of you will be getting messages once we've come out of Mercury retrograde, but I think this person particularly, they do seem quite considerate, and I feel like you will be hearing from them at some point. They just need to sort everything out and figure out what they're doing. Joy and delight, open your heart to joy. So we've got fairies there, more of an earth elemental feeling. So yeah, again, seeming like they enjoy this connection. You make them happy in some way. Maybe you make them laugh or smile a lot. I think they are missing you as well. They're missing having the kind of connection that you normally have. And with this Nine of Swords, it does just make me feel like they're worried about you being upset or being negatively affected by the way that they are acting, or the fact that they're just not being able to speak to you as often as they can, usually. So then we've got let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. So if you're not interested in the romantic side, that's fine. You can just discount this card. What I feel like this is saying though is that this person seems to have more of a platonic image of you in their mind. It may be that you have a crush on them and you've just not told them, and so they don't know, or it may be that they just sense that, but they feel about you in more of a friend-like way. That's what I'm seeing from this card. And then we've got this shaman boy who's trying to heal. It's like a strange card. This deck is actually from a game. It's not an oracle deck, but I just use it that way. So we see the fire here, and we see this town that seems to be inside of it that I think he's conjuring up in some kind of vision, and these ghosts that are escaping from it. And to me, it feels like he is kind of healing and releasing the ghosts from that town. It's like he's kind of conjured that up so that he can set those ghosts free. That's what I feel anyway. So it's like maybe he is dwelling on past situations and trying to heal that, and trying to think about how he can rectify this situation. So that may be how this person is acting as well. They're trying to think, okay, I did that wrong, or I could have done that better, but how can I heal the past? How can I improve upon that? And this really works well with this card as well, this kind of shamanic, primal, deep, sacred connection. We've got time for a nap, number 24. So again, I feel this person has pulled away a little bit for a lot of you. There's not as much contact as there was previously. And strength. When your roots are deep, you need not fear the storm. Yeah, I feel like this connection has a positive future. I feel like there is certainly intention on this person's side to keep things going. It doesn't look like they want this connection to end anytime soon. It's just like at the moment they're not currently able to offer you 100% like they normally would be. So let's get your charms and your dice on top. Quick disclaimer as well, if you're wearing headphones or if you have the volume up really loud, you probably want to turn that down a little bit now, because when I shuffle them they can be a little bit loud. So that's just the warning that I sometimes forget to say. So group 1, what is your person thinking and feeling about your connection? See what we've got. So we've actually got 2 love and relationships balls here. So for some of you this is romantic, but again I feel like this person just has a lot of care and affection for you here. The reason why I've got 2 that are identical is because I had one and then I dropped it somewhere and it just rolled away, and this is when I was still living in Germany. I couldn't find it anywhere. Like I lifted up the bed, I lifted up all of my furniture, could not find it. And so I just went one day, like a few weeks later, bought another one. And then a few more weeks after that, I found the old one. Like, I don't know how it had managed not to be discovered in that time, because I'd literally looked more than once where I saw it. But yeah, that's why I've got 2. So let's look at your initials. We've got M, A, X, so Max. For some of you, Max is someone's name or has some meaning. And we've got another A there as well. So 2 A's, M and X for initials, for words, places, etc. connected to this. We've got optimistic, which is Sagittarius energy. There's also Gemini with this full moon in Gemini card. The explosion, so this may have happened quite suddenly, or they may get in touch with you again quite unexpectedly. We've got the perfume there as well. Either you feel attracted to this person or they feel some level of attraction or chemistry towards you. Another Sagittarius charm that's also about determination. They definitely are not planning on giving up on this relationship anytime soon. We've got Ganesha as well. So when I pull a God charm, that means that this God is reaching out to you, wants to work with you, wants to help you in your situation. Ganesha being the Hindu god of wisdom, of healing, of moving obstacles out of your path. So I think that works pretty well with this situation as well. You might want to work with Ganesha in some way by lighting a candle, saying a prayer or a blessing, meditating and calling upon Ganesha's energy. We've got another god charm as well, Manannán Mac Lir. He is the Celtic sea god. So I will just pull one of my Manannán Mac Lir cards because I have these. He's one of my patron deities. So I made these little oracle cards to communicate with him, and I'm planning on making them for some of my other patrons as well. So stay posted for that. Might just end up extending the reading so much by having, like, whenever we pull a certain god charm, just pulling another card. Okay. So Lord Manannán, what do you want to tell pile 1 about the person they're asking about, what they're thinking and feeling about this connection? Okay. So we've actually got 2 cards here. We've got Cloak of Invisibility and Well of Knowledge. Now that's really interesting. So I feel like I'm kind of talking a lot about Celtic mythology when I do these readings because these cards are so heavily based on the mythology. But basically Manannán Mac Lir has a lot of magical objects. So the Cloak of Invisibility, which is what the cloak in Harry Potter was based upon, is one of the things that he has, and he's able to veil himself or veil someone else or a place in this Cloak of Invisibility so that people don't see them. And the Well of Knowledge as well. I can't remember if this is specifically owned by him, but it's in his land, like his magical land, the land of the apple trees. There is this well that if you drink from it, you gain knowledge of all of the arts, you gain knowledge of so many things. And so it's like this person is just trying to lie low for a little bit. This person is just hoping that you won't, almost like you won't notice that they're not around, like they're kind of just hoping that you'll get on with things until they can pop back up again, because that's what I'm getting with the Cloak of Invisibility. It's like they just feel they need to keep their head down for now and deal with what's going on for them. And then the Well of Knowledge as well, it's like they are trying to figure out what is going on in this connection as well. Like they're as interested as you are in trying to figure out where this is going, and I think you will get clarity from them as well. As I said, we've got the Answers You Need Are Coming card. I feel like this person is going to get back in touch with you, so you will have clarity on this situation in the future. They want to share that with you. So I'm glad that you got those cards. Those are really good cards. So we have the Peacock charm there as well, and the Peacock is about someone who enjoys being the center of attention, or who just naturally ends up being the center of attention, you know, either because they're really good looking or they're really charming or they just have that big personality. The vine as well, it's my symbol of endurance and continuation, because you can cut a vine as much as you want to. It's always going to end up coming back because it always is growing in between the cracks somehow, and it's like this endurance feeling, like this is going to continue even after this difficult time. This relationship is going to endure. We've got fearless as well. The Christmas tree, this winter symbol. I have a few charms that indicate timing, so that maybe when this person started to pull away, it may be significant for your connection in a different way. It may be when things finally get back on track. Just take it how it resonates. Obviously this is a timeless reading, so you might not be watching this when I post it. Got the owl symbol there as well. That is about this person, again, listening to their inner voice. They're listening to their guidance on the inside, trying to figure out what it is that is they're being guided to do, what it is that is expected of them. There's a love heart there as well. For some of you, this is romantic. A lot of affection here. I feel like this person genuinely cares about you. We've got grace and the star, this healing symbol, this faith, hope, optimism symbol. Again, it's also about being guided. I feel like they just hope that you'll take this situation with good grace and that it won't negatively affect your connection in the future. Got the bunny, this little playfulness, light-hearted charm. Maybe someone's also born in the Chinese Year of the Rabbit. There's I love you as well, which is really, really sweet. The awakening charm. and the Jolly Roger. Now this is, to me, is about someone showing their true colors, or someone kind of realizing the truth of a situation. And that can be positive or negative, but it feels like there is some kind of realization, some kind of clarity going on here. And the last charm we've got is the Russian doll, the Matryoshka. And so for some of you, there is a Russian connection here in someone's name or surname or family history. Maybe they speak Russian. For some of you, though, it is the meaning of someone has been bottling up the way they feel about this situation. You know, you open these dolls, there's another one inside that, there's another one inside that. It's like this feeling of putting on this pretty face to the world, this brave face or whatever it is, and just it's not how you truly feel, or it's not how you're truly connecting to this situation. So let's get your dice now as well. So if you're new, what I do is I roll this 6-sided dice to get the set of dice that we're going to use, because I've got 6 at the moment. I am planning on getting some more as well. Okay, so we're using set number 1, that's the fantasy dice. And then I roll a 10-sided dice to see how many we're going to roll. And if it's a 0 or a 1, then I roll again. Okay, 3. Okay. So what is Pile 1's person thinking and feeling about their connection? What can you tell us about this? Okay, I love this. So on this card where it literally says connecting deep within, we've got this gnome, this dwarf, like Germanic dwarf, gnome creature. And when I pull this dice, I literally think of going deep within and figuring out what is going on, because they live underground, they work in mines, that's what they do. And so I think of like picking away at all of the rock and finding the truth, that clarity, whatever that crystal or precious metal is. Like that's what I think of when I get this dice. So it's crazy that it landed on this card. That's why I love doing all of the different charms and dice and cards that I use. So this person is definitely thinking about this connection. Don't worry and think that this person has forgotten about you or has just moved on, because I don't think they have. They are trying to make sense of this. They're trying to figure out how they can kind of put this right and how they can improve on this situation. Also, the treasure chest. This makes me feel like they just genuinely really value your connection. Like they rate it really highly, and it's like you bring them joy, you bring them abundance. They feel like they've found a great person, like they've found a good one, basically. And obviously I was talking about the gnomes being these elementals who deal with crystals and with precious metals. There's also the child of crystals here. There are some crystals on this card, so that's just all coming together as well. And then we have Mount Olympus. So you've got 2 deities who've come out here, but when I get that dice, I just think of you being really protected, really watched over by your patron gods, by your spiritual team, which is your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your ancestor spirits. It's just a really lovely symbol of like knowing that heaven sees what is going on right now. You're not abandoned, you're not neglected, you're not being ignored. Everything is being watched over, and I feel like it is being guided. So I love that you've got this reading. This is such a positive reading, because I don't like doing these readings sometimes, because I just don't like giving people messages that I know they might find upsetting, or that just might not be what they want to hear. So it's nice to give you a positive message. And if you are finding this frustrating, then just try to work on, balancing your own energy with relation to this connection. But I hope that you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching and for spending your time with me today. I would love it if you would give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, please leave a comment below. Let me know how it resonated. I'm super excited to hear how you're all doing and what's going on in your connection. I do try to reply to as many comments as I can. I think that's really important as well, that you know that I do read them and I do hear you when you're telling me how things are and whether you enjoyed the video or not. Also, as I said before, the Etsy page is probably still closed, but it's only going to be for a few days. So if you do want to book a reading or an angel healing session, just keep checking back, because I will reopen it. And again, if you have ordered already and you're waiting on that, I'm sorry for the delay, but I will get back to doing them when I'm physically able to. Thank you so much to everyone who has donated to my channel, including my patrons on my Patreon page. There are links in the description for my Patreon page and other ways that you can help out if you want to support my channel. I have a PayPal link for tips and donations, and I also have an Amazon wishlist for tarot and oracle decks that I would love to get for the channel. So I'd really love it if you would just take a moment to look through that and see if there's anything that catches your eye that you think would work really well on the channel that you'd really like to see, because then you can just leave a comment or send me an email and let me know that you would like to get a new deck for the channel. That would be so lovely, and I can tell you where to send it. So thank you so much to everyone who has done that, everyone who's been so generous to donate to my channel. It's honestly so incredible whenever I get that notification that says, oh, you've got money on PayPal. It's like, oh my goodness, someone actually genuinely cares and wants to show their support in that way. So thank you so much again to all of you who have done that. Thank you for considering it if you are considering it, and thank you again for watching this video. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye, take care. Hey there everyone who picked pile 2 with the kind of fiery orange, purplish, reddish dice. This is your reading, so we're going to take a look and see how this person is thinking and feeling about your connection. I should have said as well, if you're new to my channel, do stick around and make sure you get your full reading, because we don't just do cards here, we do charms and dice as well. And I'm also super sorry if my voice sounds awful. It's really croaky because where I live here in Russia, it started getting really hot the past few days, and it's such a dry climate that it's just like wreaked havoc with my throat. So I'm drinking constantly, it's really dry, I've got like this awful dry cough just because of how bad the atmosphere is. It's also drying out my skin as well. Had to be using hand cream and body lotion. It's just not great. So I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry I sound awful. So we've got the 5 of Wands here, 2 of Cups, and the Moon. Okay, so Pisces energy coming out there with the Moon. What I'm seeing is that there has been some kind of disagreement here, or this person thinks that you have differing goals, or that you speak cross purposes sometimes. There's just this sense of conflict that comes with the 5 of Wands, like something that's not been resolved, or something that's like an ongoing pattern of behavior, if you see what I mean. So for some of you, it will be one specific event that is this argument or this conflict. For others, it will just be that you don't always agree with this person's opinions or beliefs, and it's the same for them with you, or you just regularly argue about little things or kind of annoy each other. That's what's coming up with this card. But the 2 of Cups shows that there probably are romantic feelings here for those of you that are wondering if that's the case, and definitely there's a lot of affection there as well. This person does care about you. This person does feel that there's a lot of understanding between the 2 of you, and that you do have a pretty strong connection. And the Moon is interesting as well. This makes me think this person is kind of reflecting on this connection, and it's like they're trying to heal from something. So for some of you, you may not be talking to this person, or this person may be withdrawing a little bit from your connection. It's like they're trying to heal. They're trying to move on and deal with stuff that's been going on in your past in this connection. So that's kind of why they're not speaking to you, I feel, if that's the case. If it's like no contact, low contact, infrequent contact, then it's like this person's just a little bit overwhelmed with the connection, and they're trying to heal that and get to a place where they're more balanced and harmonious in their feelings. So I'll take a look at your other cards as well, see what they have to say. And if you're ever interested in any of the decks I use on the channel, I do always list them at the bottom of the description box, so you can check them out. So we've got Cinderella, which is also the Moon card. So you've got that card twice, which is really interesting. So double Pisces energy, strong kind of water energy, because all of these cards have water in them so far. So yeah, definitely this is about healing. This is about reflecting. This person may be a little bit hurt about your connection, or it may have triggered things within them that are like childhood issues or past issues with other people. And so they're trying to address that within their own selves and reflect and kind of figure out maybe what they could have done better, or what went wrong, or what was the trigger here. Like for everyone that's been through some kind of conflict situation with this person, or this person's withdrawn, that's the reason. And so it might not just be that your connection caused this, it might be that your connection was the trigger, or kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, if you see what I mean. I think this person has also been dealing with some other things when it comes to relationships as well. that have just been kind of building up some stress and tension for them. So it's definitely a period of reflection. They are thinking about this connection and they're trying to figure out how they can balance their energies and heal from this situation. We've also got the red shoes, obsession, number 20. So in their opinion, obsession is playing some part in this situation, be that codependency, addiction. They feel like they can't get you out of their head, or they think that you are obsessed with them in some way. Take it how it resonates, but that's coming up as a factor here in their opinion, like, because we're talking about, you know, what are they thinking and feeling. They're highlighting that as being a factor in this connection. We've also got nightmare, psychic protection, shield, bad dreams, number 5. So yeah, definitely this person is trying to protect themselves. We've got the moon there in the background again. So strong subconscious things coming up to the surface to be dealt with, maybe past life triggers, maybe childhood triggers, as I said, or stuff from previous relationships. This person is just kind of, feels like they've put an energetic wall or force field around themselves just so that they can deal with this in isolation. It's like they just don't have room to accept any more energy from the outside yet. They need to focus on their own stuff. So they may be having a difficult time mentally as well, and this may not be related to your connection at all. Like, I feel this person possibly does struggle with depression, anxiety, paranoia. I'm hearing bipolar disorder as well, so for some of you that's relevant, or other kind of mental health conditions. They may be having nightmares or just difficulty getting to sleep, difficulty like low quality sleep. That's what I'm seeing. They have their own internal situations going on, and they just don't have a lot of energy right now to be open to external connections. Balance, spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. That's the third Pisces card that we've got today. So strong Pisces energy in this group. Yeah, this is about coming back into harmony in your energetic field, balancing the spirituality, you know, that the emotions, the feelings, the perceptions and thoughts about a situation versus the practicality, the real world, the things that they know to be true, the things that they can prove to be true. So what this card does actually say in the guidebook is that maybe someone is filling in the blanks themselves, like they're fantasizing about the situation, and what they're thinking about or what they're believing to be true about the connection is not based in reality. It's either their own fantasy that they're kind of building up this fantasy story around the connection, or they are just taking what they know, taking what you've said to them or what's been done or what they've said, and then filling in the blanks and deciding things that maybe aren't true, just kind of convincing themselves that something is going on that isn't there, or the opposite, that something's not going on when it clearly is. Like, that's what this card is about. Coming away from the fantasy realm and balancing, getting that harmony back into your energy field. Crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending and releasing. So again, this symbol of healing, again the moon, again this water energy going on, this very still water. I really like this card because I love how calm it is. I love the beautiful sparkling calm water. I love that this person is being guided by this lantern, like they're being directed to the better place or to the safe place. And healing, connecting, mending and releasing. So what I was saying about dealing with things, healing from them, getting rid of any fantasies, getting rid of any excessive or extreme emotions or thoughts, and then connecting and mending as well. Because we got the Two of Cups, I do feel this person does want to stick around in this connection. They do want to make amends here. They do want to continue talking to you. So if you're not getting through to them at the moment, or they're not speaking to you, I think it's on their radar to come back. Like, they do want to continue this connection. So then we've got a romance angel card. So if you're not interested in the romantic side, just skip this. That's completely fine. So this is passion, and it says allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And I think for a lot of you, this person does have deep feelings for you. This person seems to feel very, very deeply and very, very strongly. And it's like this connection seems very intense. Even if it's not a romantic connection, it seems pretty intense. Like, this person seems quite intense. They seem to take things very personally when things are said or done towards them. They seem to feel things more deeply than people would maybe expect, or maybe than they would even let on. It's like they're the kind of person that you say something to them and then they spend the next few days like obsessively thinking about it because they can't get that one throwaway comment out of their head, and they think, well, what does this person think about me then? Do they think I'm this? Do they think I'm that? And it's like most people would just be able to brush that off as an off-the-cuff comment and just say, oh, you know, it was a joke, or oh, that person was just being, you know, close to the bone, or was just being banterous. But they really take it to heart, they really take it seriously. So that's what I'm seeing here. But there is passion there for those of you for whom this is a romantic connection. They do feel drawn to you in that way. And as I said, there's the Two of Cups there as well. So then we've got this card, and these are from a game. They're not an oracle deck, but I have my own meanings for them. And for me, this is like nostalgia. Like they're thinking about the happy times, they're thinking about the memories, and it's like they want to get back to how things were before. They want to get back to having the light in the situation, not the moonlight, which is, you know, the kind of reflective light of the sun. They want to bask in the light of the sun. They want things to improve, they want things to get better. I'm honestly blown away by how much moon energy there is in this reading so far. But yeah, I think of nostalgia, I think of just wanting to have those happy times back, wanting to make things better, wanting to improve them whenever I see this card. And it's interesting, this is also like a wasp or a bumblebee, so that might have a meaning for some of you, or you might want to look that up as symbolism. Then we've got serendipity, number 18, and cleanse. Wash your weary spirit clean and take a walk in the wooded glades. So definitely there's a lot of healing going on for this person. Again, that very strong kind of watery vocabulary: wash your weary spirit clean, cleanse. Definitely a lot of water in either your chart or this person's chart. I feel like deeply in this person's chart there's a lot of water. Serendipity as well. Again, they want to improve this connection. This 4-leaf clover makes me think of health as well as luck. Like they want to improve this. They're starting to pick up their feelings a little bit and kind of feel more happy about this, but they are dealing with their own demons as well, essentially. I don't think this is just about you, but they do feel very strongly affected by this connection. They do feel quite intensely about this. So I'm going to put your charms on top and your dice. Just a quick disclaimer, if you are listening with headphones, or if you have the volume on really loudly, you might want to turn it down a bit while I shuffle the dice, shuffle the charms, because they're a little bit loud sometimes because they are metal, mainly metal. So that's your warning that I sometimes forget to give. So group 2, what is your person thinking and feeling about your connection? I should say for some of you as well, the kind of obsession and healing issues that are going on with this person may be connected to addictions or obsessive kind of compulsive behaviors. So just take it how it resonates with you. Let's take a look, see what initials we've got first. We've got K, L, C, drop that, C, and I. So K, L, C, and I. That could have some meaning for you in terms of first names, surnames, place names. Maybe a random word might come to you. That's what we're getting here. We've also got freedom in the heart space there. This person is really trying to free themselves of intense emotions or of things that they just know are negative, that are dragging them down. We've got fearless there. This person confronting their fears. And the waiting symbol, that little cat that's just waiting for something to happen. So I do think if you are waiting for this person to kind of get back in touch with you or get back on track, it is going to take a little bit longer, but I do see them wanting to improve this. I see them wanting to make this situation better. We've got the basketball as well going into the basket. That is about achieving a goal. So that's positive as well. And the perfume, attraction. So for a lot of you, either you are attracted to this person or they are attracted to you. There's like a chemistry there. The axe, there's some defensiveness as well on their part. I feel like if you try and say to them, hey, how you doing? Or try and help them in some way, it's like you're going to get shut down. They feel kind of defensive about this. It's what I was talking about, the wall energy, the kind of force field. It's to protect themselves. There is that shield there as well. So the word shield has come out there. that wall energy. And the ice skate. So skating on thin ice is what I think of when I see this. You know, this person feeling like when something is going well in this connection or in their life more generally, they instantly expect something else to just fall apart. Like they're thinking, okay, what's the catch? If everything's going well, then there must be something that's going to go wrong. That's what they think. Like they have this kind of worried, anxious personality, I feel. There's also a guardian angel here, so angels are watching over this situation. And the fish skeleton, this person feels like they are not good enough, or like they don't have enough, that they can't give you what you deserve in some way. Taurus energy as well. And the lobster claw, they can't let go of something, or they're really struggling to let go of this connection or of whatever this obsessive / addictive thing is for them. They're struggling to let go of that and to move on from that. They are trying, but it is a struggle for them. We do have a key here though, which is saying you will get a solution to your situation, which is really nice. And there's the compatible hearts as well. Really nice. I feel like for some of you this is like a twin flame or a soulmate connection. This is someone that's got like a really intense connection with you. Because you've got this Triskelion on the key, I'm going to pull you a Manannán Mac Lir card. He is the Celtic sea god. He's one of my patron deities, so I made these little oracle cards to communicate with him. I did end up pulling one for pile 1 as well because they got the actual Triskelion charm, so funny that we got this key in this reading as well. So Lord Manannán, what do you want to tell group 2? What is their person thinking and feeling about their connection? That was quick. Okay, so we've got merfolk. So this card is about community, and it's about feeling like you found your people, feeling like you found people that understand you, even if you're very different. Like even if you don't have a lot in common in terms of your background or in terms of what you're into, it feels like this person thinks you understand them. They think that you're on the same wavelength. They think you're there for them. So I like that you've got this card. This person does have a lot of care, a lot of affection for you. They feel pretty close to you on an energetic level. There's the movie camera here for some of you. Either you or this person are photographers, filmmakers, actors, YouTubers. It also means things are kind of working out behind the scenes without you being aware of them yet. But eventually you will realize that there has been a change or that something has been resolved. So just because you can't see changes going on, just know that they are. I've also got the little mouse on the ruble. So this is about saving up money or saving up energy. The Easter Bunny. So springtime may be important here. Also surprises. This is about surprises. We've also got Eros. So this is another god charm. This is Eros or Cupid, Greek and Roman god of love and beauty. So I like that he's come out as well. It seems to validate that for a lot of you this is a romantic connection, and whenever I pull a god charm, this deity is saying that they want to help you or they want to work with you. So you might want to light a candle and say a blessing or a prayer to Eros or to Cupid, or you might want to meditate and work with him that way, whatever works best for you. And we've got the thistle charm there as well. So for some of you, there is a Scottish connection in terms of this person's surname, first name, family history, etc. The thistle is also about someone just being difficult to get close to, or even difficult to like sometimes, like because they're prickly, they have this harsh exterior that is meant to protect them from getting close to people or from being vulnerable around people. And so that is just, again, validating this wall energy that this person has up around them. So now we're going to do your dice, and if you're new, I roll the 6-sided dice to see which set we're going to roll, because I have currently 6 sets of dice, although I'm planning on getting some more. Okay, number 3, that's the mystery dice. And then I roll a 10-sided dice to see how many we're going to roll, and if it's a 0 or a 1, I roll again to try and get some more. 4, okay. So what is group 2's person thinking and feeling about their connection? Okay. Yeah, definitely. We've got the addiction or the obsession or the negative behavior showing up there through what is either an alcohol bottle or a poison bottle. I mean, I think it's interesting that that's ambiguous there. It's clearly something that's not good for you. And then we have this validation of that ice skate charm that I was talking about earlier, like this person is falling through a trapdoor. And so it makes me think that your person just feels like they have slipped in some way, or that things were going great and then they messed up, or something happened that just pulled the rug out from under them, or that they do just generally go through life thinking if something's going right, then something is going to start going wrong very soon. That's their kind of mindset. And then we've got the house in the forest as well. This person does seem to be isolating. They do seem to be pulling themselves away from you, or they just need this alone time. They need this space around them to just not have energies of other people around them at this time. They're probably introverted as well. Like, that's coming through quite strongly, kind of, I would say INFP, INFJ, some of these people. And then we've got the two people who are, like, one of them's passing something to someone, but they're both pretending that they don't know each other, or that they're not even seeing each other, this kind of spy theme. So it's like they're pretending to ignore you if they're not talking to you. They are still checking up on your social media. They are still thinking about you. They are still interested in what you're doing. They're just kind of pretending not to be interested at the moment, or they're pretending not to be kind of online when they are. It just feels like they need some space for now. They do seem to want to come back. They do seem to really value this connection and have a lot of care for you there. And there is some romantic feelings for some of you as well. But it's like, just right now, they're so overwhelmed. And I feel like they do have their own issues as well on a mental or emotional level that kind of precede this relationship. It's not to do with this. It's just probably something they will always have to deal with. So I feel like that is also strongly affecting them at the moment, and they are trying to improve, but it is difficult for them, and they do want to, as I said, get back to this happy place in the relationship. They're just struggling to get there. I've just noticed as well that serendipity is number 18, and that is the number of the moon, so that we've got that 3 times now. My goodness. So thank you so much for watching this video, group number 2. I hope this was helpful. Please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, if you enjoyed the video. I would also love it if you'd comment below and let me know how it resonated with you. I do try to reply to as many comments as I can. I think it's really important that you know that I'm listening and that I do read your comments. I do hear you. And also I just love hearing about how it resonated with you, because often it's very different situations, but it fits the situations nevertheless, and I just find that fascinating, and I love hearing how you're all doing. So yeah, I'd love it if you would take the time to do that. Also, as I said, the Etsy shop is probably still going to be closed when I release this, but if you are hoping for to book a reading or to book an angel healing session, just keep checking back, because I'm probably only going to have it closed for a few days. And like I said, I'm sorry if you have booked a reading and you're waiting to get that. I'm sorry about the delay, but thank you so much to all of you for all of your patience and your understanding. If you would like to help out the channel, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who's donated so far, and to all of my patrons as well, regardless of what tier you're in. Thank you so much for joining me over there and for helping me out. I have links in the description for ways to help out the channel. As I said, I'd love it if you check out my Patreon page. There may be some content over there that you enjoy. And it's just a way to get to know me better and to get extra content. Basically, it's not always pick a card readings. We also do other things spontaneously about spirituality, like your guardian angel discovery, angel healing sessions. Sometimes I just spontaneously have been offering those to people every now and then. So there's a load of stuff going on there that you might enjoy. Also, I would love it if you would check out my tarot wish list on Amazon. There is a link in the description, and it would just take you a moment to look over it. There may be something you really like there and that you would love to get for the channel if you think it would kind of work with the decks that I already have. So thank you so much for doing that. And also I have a PayPal link to anyone who wants to leave me a tip or a donation for the channel. Everything is very gratefully received. So thank you again so much to everyone who has done that. You are so generous, and you blow me away every time I get a notification to say that someone has donated. Like it makes me quite emotional, actually, to know that people care so much about my work that they want to support me in that way. So thank you again. I can't say it enough. Just thank you for your kindness. And as I said before, thank you for joining me if you're still listening. Have a great rest of your day, group 2, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye. Take care. Hey there everyone, so if you chose the kind of purplish reddish dice, then this is your reading, pile 3. I should have said as well, if you're new to the channel, make sure you stick around and get your full reading, because we don't just do cards here, we do charms and dice as well. It's something I always do on the channel. So make sure you get your full reading. And I'm also really sorry if my voice is really croaky. It has gotten really hot here recently where I live in Russia, and it's also a really, really dry climate. So it's just wreaked havoc with my throat, with my skin. I'm drinking all the time, so I'm sorry that I sound awful. It's just this really bad croaky and like dry cough that I've got now. So we've got the 5 of Swords, the Tower, and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so what I'm seeing, group 3, is that this person kind of regrets something about the way they acted or the way that they spoke or the things that happened in this connection. There is some regret there, just about how everything turned out. Someone's feeling regret, someone's feeling like they could have acted better, like they weren't acting in integrity, like they were just out for revenge. Like that's what I'm seeing for some of you. People just were really nasty, or they said things in the moment that they didn't mean just because they wanted to hurt you, or just because they wanted you to feel uncomfortable or to doubt yourself in some way. The 5 of Swords is just that energy of like, oh, did I really do that? Like, oh my goodness. So there has been a lot of low vibrational energy in this connection as well. And the Tower, this person feels as though this situation has like completely changed. They feel as though negative things have gone on. I feel like that's also what they're regretting, is that they kind of think maybe it's unsalvageable, like maybe they've gone too far, maybe what they did just can't be improved upon or can't be mended in some way. That's what I'm seeing with the card. And then with the Knight of Cups, I think for a lot of you, this is a romantic connection, or it's a connection where someone is going to try and like sweet talk their way back in. Like they're going to try and talk around you, make you see their side of the story. Like I think they're quite an eloquent person, maybe a good talker, maybe for some of you a little bit emotionally manipulative as well. Like they just understand what makes you tick, and I feel like they're going to try and come back in by doing like puppy dog eyes and, you know, trying to make you forgive them kind of thing. So we'll see what the other cards have to say. You may be still in contact with this person. As I said before, it's not necessarily a no contact or a low contact situation. It may just be that this person's upset you and now they think, well, how can I improve on that? So you've got the Seeker of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords, and here it is the Scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz. I'm going to read a little bit from the guidebook because I like how this one's written. I like the fact that it sometimes points out things that aren't necessarily in the traditional tarot, but is just being worked into this specific deck. Yeah, so it says, when the Scarecrow appears in your cards, feel more confident about your mental abilities. Saying take a positive step to enrich your intellectual universe, avoid hesitation and indecision. Golden opportunities are always available for the person with foresight and wisdom. So that again, it's like another Knight card. It's another way of like quick thinking, quick talking, etc. It's like they're thinking about this connection. Definitely, they have not forgotten about you or anything. They have not kind of let this pass them by. They are thinking about how they can improve this. It's like they're strategizing in a way. Like they're thinking a lot about it. They want to know how they can improve it. They want to know how you would react if they said a certain thing. It's like they're almost planning different scenarios out in their head of, if I said that, what would they say? Or if I did that, what would their response be? How would they feel? Like they're trying to figure out as many possible scenarios as they can in their head. Quick thinking. So then we've got the Light Princess, Ungrounded, number 27. There's a lot of air energy in this reading, I will say. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There's also some water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but I feel like that's secondary for a lot of you to the air energy. Like this person has a lot of air in their chart or is very connected to the air elementals. So 27 boils down to 9, like the Hermit, like this feeling of stability and fruition, completion. The Ungrounded, again, makes me feel as though they aren't entirely sure what they're going to do. They're feeling a little bit unsettled about this connection for whatever reason. Either something that you or they did or said doesn't feel right with them. It just doesn't sit right. They're feeling like, oh, I don't like that, or oh, what could I have done better there? We could have improved on that, kind of thing. But for a lot of you, it's like they just don't know where they stand in this connection, and they don't know how it's going to move forward, and it's unsettling for them. They want to know. There's someone who wants that certainty. They want to kind of get the feeling this person likes to be in control. They like to kind of have things under their control, and when something's not under their control, they panic and they feel, unsettled. They feel stressed. They feel worried, and they try to get things back under their control. So then we've got anti-hero, maverick, risk taker, rule breaker, number 18, which also boils down to 9. So it's like some rules have been broken, some maybe unspoken rules have been broken. As I said, I feel some people have experienced things in this situation where there's been words or actions that went against what you wanted in this situation, or what would be like a deal breaker for you in any kind of relationship, not just romantic. It feels like this person has been pushing the boundaries a little bit, or maybe you have, and it's kind of caused this unsettled feeling to the whole situation. It's kind of like looking back at that Tower card, I feel like the House of Cards has been knocked down, kind of thing, because someone just decided to knock it, and it's like, oh, they took that risk. They wanted to be this great person who was doing something, daring and cool, and now how can they rebuild it? How can they improve on that? That's what I'm seeing. It's kind of radical energy from this person, rebellious. And it's time to take action, new moon in Aries. So we've got Aries energy coming through now as well. They want to do something to change this. As I said, I feel like they're going to come towards you with some kind of strategy in mind, or with some kind of plan. Discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. They're trying to get clarity on this situation. And I feel like also you are going to get clarity in this situation. If you haven't been fully aware of what's been going on, or you haven't been sure about how they were feeling, or, what this connection was, I think you're going to have that clarity somehow, either through their actions. It's going to just betray what is actually going on in their mind, or through having a discussion with them, you're going to realize exactly what this connection is about, why they did what they did, or why they said what they said. It's like you're going to have that closure. We've also got stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So if you're not interested in the romantic side of this, if this isn't a romantic connection for you, that's fine. You can just discount this. But it's like this person is still holding out hope, like thinking, I can fix this. Like I can talk this person round and they'll forgive me, or I can convince this person to give me another chance. Like that's what I'm thinking. They're thinking positively about this. They think that there's still going to be a positive future for this. They feel like they can still win the game, essentially. And then you two got 2 Dixit cards. So we've got the Moon House, and we've got this like this card that I think of freedom, and I think of like trying to escape the mold, trying to think outside the box, trying to escape a situation in which you feel stuck or trapped, or like you don't have control. What's interesting as well is that we've got the moon, and this card is number 18, which is the moon number as well. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. The Moon House, I just think of like sanctuary. I think of this person having this firm foundation, and maybe they have pulled away to be in their own space, like being isolated, kind of thing. The moon makes me think of reflection, makes me think of issues in the subconscious. It makes me think of healing. It seems like they are doing a lot of reflection on this situation and trying to figure out how they can improve upon it, or how they can make this better in some way. And then, as I said before, this feeling stuck, feeling like they don't have control of the situation. They're trying to break free from that. They are trying to, and it is this musical singing going on. So again, I think this person's very charming, very charismatic. They're a good talker. It is very easy for them to win people round, or for them to make people like them. That's what I get from their energy. Milk and honey as well, number 51, boiling down to 6. Definitely they want to improve this. They think they can get it back to how it was. They think that they can make this situation better. I feel like they do enjoy your connection a lot. They feel like you give them a lot of nourishment on an energetic level. They feel like you're a very caring person, you're very affectionate towards them, or you're just there for them. Like they really appreciate that. And music, whoa, music. There is a melody to be heard in the deepest part of the woods if only we listen. So for some of you, this person's very musical or very creative, or there are like important songs or important music in terms of this connection. Yeah. It's like they are thinking about this. They are trying to figure out what is going on, figuring out the truth, etc., and what they're going to do about it. So I'm going to put your charms and your dice on top now. Again, the disclaimer that I always try to give, sometimes I forget. If you're wearing headphones or if you have the volume up really loudly, you might want to turn it down just a little bit while I do the shuffling, because these are mainly metal charms and they can be a little bit loud. So that's my warning. So group 3, what is your person thinking and feeling about your connection? Okay, so the first charm that fell out there was the musical symbol. So for some of you, this is really going to hit home. This is going to be a big confirmation. Some of you, it might not make sense. That's fine. But I think for some of you, this is going to be like a massive thing. So let's see if there's any initials. I can see the letter O. So that might be someone's first name or surname. It might be a place or a word. I can see it has landed on that optimistic card. So maybe that's what it means for some of you. There's also 2 Christmas trees here. Those are my winter symbols. So winter having some importance in this connection. Also autumn as well with this pumpkin. Autumn and winter, maybe someone's birthday, maybe when you met this person or when things started to change in this situation. It may be if you are not in contact with them or if things have changed, might be when things start to change back, basically. And this is a timeless reading, so you may not be watching it when I'm posting it. Got the turtle there, which is about taking things slowly, trying to go with the flow. I feel like this person, as much as they're thinking a lot about the situation, they don't seem to be in a rush. Like they're trying to figure out what's best, and they would rather do that than just rush in and ruin things. There's the leaf as well, which is about shedding things, releasing what you no longer need. And the Deathly Hallows there. So for some of you, Harry Potter is quite significant. A lot of you big Potterheads. I always get a different meaning when I pull this charm. Like every single time it seems to mean something different. And what I'm feeling here now is about this kind of eternal situation. Obviously the Deathly Hallows are a very long-lasting thing. It's like a cycle almost. It's like a fable. Like this eternal thing. And that's what I'm getting. I think for some of you, this is a past life connection. I think for some of you, this person is repeating patterns of behavior that they repeated with other relationships, not just romantic, but with just relationships in general. And it's like they're maybe trying to break that now, or maybe they can't. Like for some of you, you just can't help this person. This is just who they are. I've got the perfume bottle as well. That's about being attracted to someone or them being attracted to you, and also the kissy lips. So for some of you, this person has kissed you or does want to kiss you. There is some like attraction there for some of you who are asking about a romantic connection. We've got the word grace. I've just dropped grace. We've got Pegasus as well, another symbol of creativity, inspiration, also healing, because it said that when Pegasus touched the ground with his hoof, a healing spring would rise up out of that. And this does seem like a very Greek image as well. So for some of you, Greece has some importance. Maybe someone is from there. Maybe you're just really into Greece. Also Grace. Grace sounds a lot like Greece, so that's weird. Really weird that that landed there. So for some of you, that will be a message. Just take that on board. We've got the birdhouse as well. That is about trying to call in more support for yourself. His little beak is open. He wants more people around him. Like I said, again, this person, very charismatic, very eloquent, a good speaker. This is also a bird here that's being made from this gramophone. There's enough. They've had enough of this situation being the way it is, and it's time to take action for them. This just is part of a broken charm. Put that back in. Beautiful as well. A lot of you are considered to be beautiful by this person. Fearless. We've Got the apple, which is a symbol of health, wanting this to be healthy, wanting this to be healed. The hairdryer as well, blowing hot and cold. So it feels like a lot of you have kind of been, I want to say, led on by this person, that they've kind of made you believe something and then they've reneged on it. Like they've been like, oh no, that wasn't what I meant. Or like they make you believe one thing one week and then the next week it's something different. It's like they don't exactly know what they want here. They're still figuring that out. And the kettle as well. So this has kind of been bubbling away under the surface for quite a long time, and now it's like stuff is coming to the forefront, or there's been a lot of arguments or a lot of change in this situation, confrontation, and it's like all of this stuff is just coming up to the top. Another creativity symbol as well, the ink, and again that makes me think of eloquence, someone who's good with their words. The olive branch, yeah, be prepared. If you're not talking to this person, be prepared for them to reach out to you. And we have got the death charm as well, again about releasing something, like that leaf, letting go of something. Maybe they are trying to break the cycle. So let's get your dice on top as well. If you're new, I roll a 6-sided dice to see which set we're going to use, because I have 6 at the moment, although I am going to get some more. Okay, number 4, so that's the Looney Tunes dice. And then I roll a 10-sided dice to see how many we're going to roll. And if it's a 0 or a 1, then I roll again to see if we can get some more. Okay, 8. That's plenty. Which is interesting as well, because you've got that O, which is like a circle, and then the 8 is like the infinity symbol. Again, I'm being drawn to this feeling of cycles in this connection, and it may be just this relationship keeps going round and round in the same cycles, the same dynamics, or it may be that they play out these cycles with other people, or even that, you know, this is like lots of lifetimes of behavior that is just repeating itself. So what can you tell us about Pile 3's person, what this person is thinking and feeling about their connection? Okay, let me take a look. Okay, so we've got the platform that's going up a level, and it's landed on its time to take action. So it's like this person wants to improve the situation. They want to pull it up out of the depths. They want to pull it up and improve it in some way. We've also got the white flag, so they're going to kind of come to you in like a hands up way, like, oh, I surrender, like, can we make friends, or like, can we agree to disagree, or do you want to forgive me, that kind of thing. Like they're gonna try and like put it on you in some way. I feel they're gonna try and make you maybe feel bad. As I said, this person's quite good at manipulating people's emotions, which isn't always a negative thing. Like sometimes it can be helpful just to make sure that someone's not going to get angry if you can frame it in a way that's less confrontational. But I think this person's just very good at kind of playing people a little bit. We've also got the crushed feeling, like this person does feel as though this is like a bigger change than normal. Like a lot of stuff has gone on that has affected this connection in a way that seems more significant than when you usually fall out or when you usually get annoyed with each other. It's like this is so much bigger. And the cheese as well, like something stinks is what I think when I get that dice. Like something's not quite right about this, and it's landed on discovering truth. So I often think that, you know, something's suspicious when I get that dice. Something stinks. You've realized that something isn't adding up here. Something is being held back from you. So maybe this person is just going to hold their hands up and say, yeah, okay, I did do that, or this is what's actually going on, and you're going to get that truth and that clarity. We've got the person who has got this like pot stuck on their head, and they've walked into a wall and it's reverberating around their head. Like I just feel like so much stuff going round and round in this person's head, like they can't think straight. Maybe also you are feeling that way in this connection. The hearth as well, like I said, the sanctuary, the home, needing to feel connected to the home, needing to have that little space to recuperate. And the rocket as well. So this is coming out of the gramophone like that bird was, this launching. They want to pick up this situation again. They want it to improve. They want it to start back up again. They want to launch this relationship or this situation again and improve it in some way. So Also the Bugs Bunny as well. I didn't see that. So the Bugs Bunny is this person, like, again, I'm not saying this to be mean towards them, but it feels like they feel as though they're the most important person in their life. Like Bugs Bunny's the main character. So I just think of someone who's kind of putting themselves first or has a big sense of self-importance here. And they may come back in like quite a casual way. Like they may just hit you up and be like, hey, what's up? Because that's what Bugs Bunny says, what's up, doc? And I feel like that might be infuriating to you if that's how this person comes towards you, but it's like they're very charming and they know how to talk to people and they know kind of what makes other people tick. So I hope this made sense. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I would love it if you would give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already, it really helps my channel out a lot when you do that. I'd also love it if you would let me know in the comments how this resonated. I really love hearing about all of your situations, and I do try to reply to as many comments as I can because I think that's really important that you know that I am reading them and I am hearing what's going on for you. As I said before, the Etsy page is probably still closed when I'm filming this, but if you are hoping to book a reading or an angel healing session, just keep checking back periodically because I'm hoping to only have it closed for a few days while I kind of travel and catch up on sleep and get over jet lag, etc., because it is going to be like a 24-hour journey door to door, so I'm not looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm hoping it's only going to be closed for a few days. Also, if you'd like to help out the channel, thank you so much. I have links in the description box as to how you can do that. I would love it if you check out my Patreon page. We do a load of fun stuff over there, and there's lots of different tiers depending on how much you can pledge, like what's affordable for you, and you get different rewards for that. Also, thank you so much to everyone who has donated via my PayPal. Thank you so much also to all of my patrons, regardless of what tier you're in. It really just makes my day to know that there are people out there who are so generous and so supportive of what I do. It makes me so emotional whenever I get a notification actually to say that someone's donated, because it just shocks me every time and it's just so crazy, and I'm so grateful to all of you for your support. So thank you so much to everyone who's done that. I can't say it enough. Just thank you again for doing that. So I have that there. I also have a tarot wish list on Amazon that is also in the description. If you're feeling really generous and you'd like to send a deck, I'd love it if you just give that a quick look over. There might be something that really catches your eye that you think would work well with some of the other decks I have on the channel. So if you'd like to do that, if you'd like to send me a deck, that would be incredible. Thank you so much. Just leave a comment below or email me and let me know that you'd like to get me a deck, and I can tell you where to send it. So thank you again for everyone who's just taken the time to look over that wish list, and thank you for sharing your time with me today and for watching this video. Have a great rest of your day if you're still listening, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye, take care.